Hi.
What it do?
What it do, niggas? How the people?
Oh
You
man.
know, just
Yeah, I'm
living.
tired. I am exhausted, so I'm doing a Renee today. A
Hey, I
Renee
am
this
too.
morning.
I get it. I mean, I want to do a Renee too sometimes.
Right.
But
We
sometimes
call it
I be
a
like, no.
Renee now. It has a name. It's called a Renee.
She's a trendsetter. You know, Aunt Renee, she's a trendsetter.
Oh man, I'm tired.
How are you, C-Sway? What you been up to?
Oh, I'm tired. My circadian rhythms are in the toilet, the garbage can. They ain't where they supposed to be. Put it like that.
I
They
don't
not
know.
here. So I have been up for a while.
I don't even know what circadian rhythm is.
It means I'm supposed to be asleep at night like normal people, not during the
Oh,
daytime like Dracula.
oh.
like
If you're a
not
vampire, you could
immediately,
just tell us. You could
like
just
not
tell us something.
immediately after this show go off. I'm going to sleep.
If you're a vampire, you could just tell us. I'm not judging. You know,
I could
I'm
just what?
down for an interview with a. If you're a vampire, you can tell us. I'm down for an interview with a vampire.
I am not a vampire. I am not Nosferatu.
You sure?
I just like the night.
Um,
It's getting on my
um,
nerves.
there's some herbs you can take for that.
Yeah, there's a herb for some of everything. I know.
Yeah,
I think
but
it
I'm
says it
like
valerian.
you should.
I had some valerian
Yeah.
one time. I was yawning 2 days later. I can't mess with valerian.
No, I'm thinking about mugwort.
Valerian had me sleeping when I definitely don't need to be asleep, so it ain't gonna be that one.
No,
Mugwort.
I'm
Now,
talking about mugwort.
why would anybody take something that's named mugwort?
It actually tastes good.
Mugwort.
Mugwort. It tastes like apple juice, like warm apple
It
juice.
tastes like apple juice.
Like
Mm.
warm apple juice. If you drink it like as a tea, I drink it as a tincture most of the time now because I want to take a large concentrate of it at once, so I don't have to drink so much tea. Sometimes I'm not thirsty enough to be doing all that shit, so I just put like a little bit of water and throw it in there and just throw it back like a shot. I be
Leah, you
knocked
know
out.
Leah, that is not how you spell my name. Oh Lord have mercy. I've been through so much with this
Might
man.
have been. It might have been autocorrect.
Chanei. Autocorrect.
Everybody ain't out to get you. You need to go to sleep.
Out to get me. I didn't say anybody was out to get me. Not yet, anyway.
But not that serious. I'm just playing. But nah,
Sure,
you need
sure.
to get your circadian rhythm together. I don't know why when you said that, I thought circadian rhythm was uh vertigo, like balance.
No, ma'am.
I
Mm.
said, y'all use too many big words for me. I wasn't prepared
Vertigo.
for
That's some
all that.
Alfred Hitchcock stuff. No,
I wasn't prepared for all that.
man.
Let me
So
pull up the run sheet. I don't even have the run sheet pulled up.
I'm like, yeah, what we gonna? I
Unless
mean,
you talk about
I
getting
saw.
tear gas.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw what you was doing this weekend, but I ain't got no. Oh, what was it? What? Yeah, there was no Kings in L.A. too. There was a lot of stuff happening.
I heard they was getting tear
Especially
gas in
black
LA
people.
too.
Yeah, they LAPD. We can always count on them. We can always count on LAPD to show their ass.
Of course. And then the mayor lady y'all got, she ain't no better.
Man, Okay, Karen
I
Bass, Matt Bass.
said, ooh, she ended up being a horrible person.
I don't know what the end game is. I want to say that there is one, and I'm just not privy to it
You
because
just not here.
she know better. So I don't know what they doing, what the plan is.
Who knows?
I said I'm not privy to it.
Fucking with these people.
It looks like only one person is watching. What the hell was that? I
Um,
know more than one person watching.
it might be just one person. Where the people at?
Oh, over here in the chat, they represent it. Mugworts are good for inducing dreams. No, I'm good.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
See
I
if the
have some of
results
my
are
best.
marketed.
I have some of my best dreams when I be taking that tincture. They're not bad dreams. They just feel very like lively or intense. Like I feel like I'm really in it. You know, like it feels really entertaining. I like it.
Mugwort. That's a weird name. For sure, for sure. So what happened? What happened? What happened?
Somebody said they think that YouTube is messed up, so it might be that might be what it is.
Okay, well, whatever.
Latif, them niggas wasn't getting me for shit. I was bobbing and weaving through that hole. Get somebody else to do it.
Did they
I
kettle
saw a
y'all out
video. I
there?
didn't even know what happened. Nah, they didn't kill us. They were just standing in front of us. I didn't remember all that had happened in the moment. But then I saw a video. I said, "Oh, I was bobbing and weaving like a motherfucker. I was not playing. I had stuff to do, places to be. Was not gonna be in jail.
Hmm.
Not I.
Yeah, they like to kettle people out here in LA.
I saw the video
They
of
like
the
to
white
run through
lady.
horseback.
I saw the video of the white lady. She said, "Well, we're all finna go to jail. So I'll talk to y'all later." Well, fuck.
But they also very brutal, you know?
Yeah.
They shoot you in
They
the
was
face.
here. I mean, they had 4 people on top of these niggas. Like you would think they had pulled out a gun and was shooting. They just tackled people to the ground.
Well, they got to they got to maintain status quo that you do not rise up against us.
Which is
This
crazy
is
because
what
now people are just
will
gonna rise
happen
up
to you.
even more.
Well, that's what we hope. But
Like that's good
some of
for
these
smoke.
protests that these white folks be having, it's almost like a big. It's like you're really not protesting, you partying.
Mm-hmm.
You're not taking this as life and death. And then you wonder why black folk ain't out there. No, we ain't coming out there.
Mm-hmm. Now I will say our thing was not like that. I did shame them enough previously that they organized a march. They didn't have no permits. They organized a direct action towards some businesses that were boycotting. So they actually did really good. I
Hmm.
think they just didn't anticipate going to jail.
Well, now jail is always ever present reality because the popo gonna be like, this is a legal gathering. You either don't have a permit or you've overstayed your permit. You need to clear the streets, and
Hmm.
folk want to be defiant, and that's when they be like, okay, we coming in.
Or I
And
literally
that's where
just
the
said this on Instagram.
that's where
It's our
the violence always comes from the police. It's never the
every
protesters.
single time.
It's never the
This
protesters.
article word said a protest you have to get permission to have is just a parade, and I literally commented back because somebody commented on one of my Instagram posts and was like, um, "We had a march here too, and the police didn't bother us. They just lined up the route." I said, "That's because you had a permit, stupid. Y'all was just having a parade.
Exactly. You're asking
There's no
permission
protest when you get permission and give them a route ahead of time, and they block off all the streets for you, fool."
in the name of public safety. No, you asking
Right.
permission. We
I
good. We
think
ain't gotta
actually
stop
what happened
traffic.
this weekend really showed people what we have been saying for a long time, which is that everything is chill until the police get there. The police
Until the
always
white
incite the
folk get there.
violence. And then
Yep.
white people were so shocked, they was like literally in shock for real. They were not expecting that to
They
happen
was
at
in
all.
shock because they never believe black people when we tell them these things.
They never believe us.
So
They only want
when we're absent and they have to take the brunt, they're like, "Wait, what is happening?" Uh huh. Mm.
because I told them to get in the fucking field. I don't know why y'all standing here. Do something.
And what had happened? What something happened? I know something happened during yours, but it was something else. Yeah, well, I mean, we don't need 8,000 people videotaping. Assign one or two people to videotape,
We
and the
really
rest of
don't.
y'all unarrest the person.
Right.
Unarrest them. It's more of us than it is of them.
Them.
All 8,000 of y'all don't need to videotape. Share the video with the two people who are videoing. Share it with everybody.
Literally,
Everybody else
you
put
can
your phone
airdrop
down
it.
and do some damn shit.
Because people who took videos were sending them to me. Like I was like, we had plenty of people out there video, and we didn't need no more. Okay, I sent myself the Instagram link to the video so I could show it because you wanted me to talk about what happened.
Yeah, let
So
the people know what we talking about.
basically, we had the No Kings protest in Memphis too. And for folks who don't know, I'm an organizer, so I was there organizing.
Right.
Shit, I was giving out voter information cards, telling folks how to
Hmm.
get free photo IDs so they can vote. And then they had a march, and they asked me and my other friend LJ, who's also an organizer, to lead the march, like lead the chants, because we, led plenty of protests. Like we didn't took the bridge multiple times. Like,
Hmm.
we're experienced, and I was like, that's cool. During the march, we go down Bill Street. It's a specific route because right now we have this occupation happening in Memphis with this Memphis Safe Task Force, and so there's a lot of businesses that we're boycotting, and a good like chunk of them are on Bill Street. It's like six of them, and there's some like restaurant management groups. So two of the restaurants on there are like by this restaurant management group that's on Bill Street. So we marched down Bill Street. And as we're marching down Bill Street, there are people being trained for direct action to picket those businesses that we're boycotting. So we
Hmm.
start the march, go down Bill Street. It's going fine, like getting hella attention. No one's bothering us. Other people like just joining randomly, but like it was going good. We go all the way around, turn left towards the FedEx Forum to go back to the park. So we were just going around a block, literally. It was this. And we get to almost where the FedEx Forum is, and the police started like blocking off the street and trying to get us to stop. And there was an elected official with us, Councilman JB Smiley Jr., and they didn't come up to us as we were marching. They went up to him, and he was like, "There's nothing I can do. Like they're not getting out of the street. Mind you, it's like 500-600 of us. We deep as a motherfucker. Like he was like, I can't make them get out of the street. I can't do that. Like they have a right to march. They have a right to do what they want." I said, exactly. And then the police never talked to us though. They had those, I don't know if you ever seen those pepper ball launchers.
Hmm.
Have you ever seen those, Seasway?
Hmm.
Yeah, so they had those on. They got out of their cars with those on, and several of them got out with their tasers already out. Like they had their tasers out in their hands, but they never approached us, which is crazy. But they approached him. He says we're not gonna move. We keep walking. We're almost at the park, so we keep walking because we're almost at the end. We're gonna. My job as the person leading is to get the people back safely to where we was at. We get to the park is right here. We're right here. There's a church, Claiborne Temple, which is where MLK gave his last speech. We were standing right in front of MLK, in front of Claiborne Temple with all these people. We're telling them to go back to the park. The police are right here. They just start pulling people out and arresting them, pulling people to the ground, tackling them to the ground. This
Hmm.
one guy has tear gas in like a large canister, and he's just spraying it. And this lady starts running because she gets sprayed. He grabs her arm, turns her back around, sprays her in the face
Razor in the
directly. Then they still are
foolish.
arresting people. Mind you, we were just walking back to this park. So
Mhm.
we weren't doing anything different than what we were already doing. And they just
Actually,
went
you were, to
insane.
be honest, you were basically kind of complying.
They said to get out the street. We was getting them off the street. We had to get them back to the
Right.
park.
Right.
There was no sidewalk we could have put all them people on, like realistically, because the sidewalk was so small, we couldn't have fit them folks on there. So we had to
Mm.
get them back to where we were going. And we literally were almost there. So in the video, I took the video of the actual protest and narrated through exactly what happened from like four different angles. So that's
Hmm.
what y'all are gonna see. I just have to load it, you know, StreamYard.
So out here, the just before the parade protest this weekend, the California Highway Patrol asked for gates to be put up, and I'm not it was one of those stories that I clocked it, but then I kept on moving. I didn't really look into it. But basically, since Black Lives Matter came on the scene with the first protest over Zimmerman, they are the ones who initiated going onto the freeway, holding up traffic. And subsequent to that, and that's like 2013. Subsequent to that, other folks, depending upon the seriousness of the situation, what it is they're protesting, they will go out onto these freeways. When they announced no kings this weekend, they was like, okay, that's it, that's enough. They gonna put up some gates to keep pedestrians. And like I said, I haven't actually checked it out. I don't know which off ramps, on ramps, the gates are. I don't know what they look like, how they're supposed to work.
Why were they so worried about people getting on the interstate? They so scary.
Like, just shutting down. They don't want their shit shut down. That's all it is. Because it has
Yeah.
absolutely nothing to do with public safety. Nothing to do with
Okay.
public safety. Because if you remember, during the height of Black Lives Matter protests in Ferguson, in Minnesota in particular,
Hmm.
they were debating whether or not it was okay to run over protesters
Yeah,
and
we had
let
a
people do
protester run
that.
over bill too,
Let those people
and
get off the hook. I'm like, have you lost your mind?
we had the same type of bill in Tennessee, and it made it through one committee, and then the next one was me and Justin Jones, actually, who's now a state rep, went to the committee, and he was able to testify, and he convicted them enough to not pass it. Like he just went in on them
But the
and talked
very
about
fact,
the same thing that we were doing, they have done.
it's like, how do you even fix your mouth to bring forth a bill, a law saying it's okay to run somebody over who's not threatening to you? What
Right.
is wrong with you?
Ask the questions.
It's like somebody said one time, regardless of how you feel about Black Lives Matter, the movement, the organization, the founders, regardless of how you feel. Somebody once said, and I don't remember who it was, but it was somebody on social media. They said, "All we Black Lives, three little words. Those three little words send white folks, and that's usually who it is,
In a tizzy.
into a tizzy unlike anything we have ever seen. They have lost. They lose their minds. Just like the same thing when you say, stop killing us. All we said was stop killing us. And these people have lost their minds. We said
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter. They lost their minds.
Because how dare you?
How dare you say that your life matters? How dare you?
Who do you think you are?
Who do you, okay?
What do you think that you got? What have you experienced?
Man. Yeah, psychotic, psychopathic, sociopathic, just,
All kinds of shit.
oh, okay, all kinds of pathics.
Hold on, I got the thing put up. Hold on one second.
Amber, where the thing? Okay, there you go.
I was waiting on you to start talking, Tandy. You act like you don't be having a lot to say.
Oh, come on with it.
Okay. Against authoritarian regimes and fascism, go from folks walking down the street to police brutality, like we see in this picture.
Can we make it bigger?
So right now, people are walking down the street back to the park, and you'll see it's a large crowd of people in the street, and they are moving steadily. And at the end of the protest, there's marshals who are making sure that everyone stays safe, but they, of course, are moving as well. You'll also see a large police presence here, and there were sirens going off. Here you can see a police officer holding a pepper gun with his hand on the trigger, even though people are moving and walking towards the park. It was at this point when they were continuing to walk, police started approaching people and arresting marshals, even though they at no point were being violent. Officer starts spraying a chemical agent directly in people's faces. This white woman in the white jacket and the jeans, you can see her walking away, and an officer gets up and runs after her. And as the officer is running after her, he tackles her and gets on top of her, and you can see him here. And even though she was doing nothing wrong, she was walking away. This is another angle. And I just want y'all to see how this officer who starts to spray the chemical agent as people are running away, he continues to spray it, even pulling this person back and spraying them in the face, even as they were running away. And this is exactly why we say police don't keep us safe. The only people who turned this into a violent encounter were the police, and they continued to escalate. Even as they were telling people to move out of the street and they were running away, they grabbed people to keep them from leaving. They pepper sprayed folks in the face. They violently tackled them to the ground, and none of this was necessary. And also, this is exactly how the Memphis Police Department acts. A lot of people are seeing this behavior for the first time, but this is how Black people are treated in Memphis. And so I need y'all not only to bear witness to what happened, but ask the questions. Why is the police chief, CJ Davis, not removing these officers or firing them? What is Mayor Paul Young doing? He hired that lady, and she's continued to be a failure. She has continued to produce police officers who are violent, who aren't reducing crime, and they themselves are the ones causing the crimes. So, how does a protest against authoritarian regimes and fascism?
How come no one is asking the question, how and why is this your policy?
Oh, wait, let me fix the view. Hold on.
Tell people to leave and then you don't allow them to leave. Well, which one is it, man?
Mm-hmm.
Woman? Whatever? Which one is it?
Yeah. Uh, A Rob said, is Chief Davis still down there? Yep. I'm gonna make a graphic in a second with her number on it. Um, Dunn and Nunn said they really are going out of their way to attack people. Yeah, and I think that this is actually a catalyst that some of the white people needed. Maybe they writing
Mm-hmm.
5 paragraph letters on Facebook right now. This lady's thing never witnessed this. She tagging Mayor Young. She said, "What are we doing?" I said, "Oh, maybe the white people will get him to do something." Shit, cause
I don't know. But then again, it's a different generation because when Occupy happened, they would have these debates about whether talking about the 1% versus the 99%, where the police part of the 99%, where the police workers. And when they occupied those particular places and time came to for them to unask them, they sent in the police. And we was like, y'all complaining, that's not brutality, what they doing to y'all. They just
yeah,
gave you a little taste. They just touched you up a little bit. You haven't
literally,
experienced police
you didn't
brutality.
even get shot. You didn't even get tased. I just got
First,
tear
they,
gas a little bit.
first of all, that's first of all. You complaining because you was in zip ties and your hands swole up. That's all that happened to you. Really, consider yourself lucky.
Yeah.
Consider yourself
Dre
lucky.
said no kings is the parade. It was in most places. I think the only places I know didn't like who actually had marches and direct actions was us in Memphis, people in LA, and that's it. Actually, I don't think Chicago they had like some
New
pretty.
York didn't have anything. New
Oh
York and
yeah,
DC, or
New York.
DC under
Yeah,
occupation anyway.
DC's was like they had dancing frogs and shit. This is ridiculous.
Put up Bull City's comment.
Where's it at?
Oh Lord.
Hold on. It's a lot of them.
Hold on. Let me see if I. Oh, there you go. See if I can get to it. Mhm.
Oh, I see it. The police have always exerted force against white people too.
Police have exerted force against poor and working class whites, but
Hmm.
it hasn't been for a while though. That hasn't happened for a while. It's mainly been people of color, black folks, brown folks.
Hmm.
They've been reserving their brutality for us and unleashing it on us for a while. Like I said, that whole what was that thing where what was it, Kyle Rittenhouse? That Minnesota? Where was that?
That was in. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
that was Minnesota.
I had to think, child.
Right,
I was
right. I
like, was it?
remember, like I said, they did the Occupy thing, but that was just to give them a little taste of, like, you sure you want to step out here, right?
You sure this what you want to do?
Yeah, thing. You
Type
sure you want
shit.
this? Is what you want to do? They haven't, like the way that they had been unleashed in against the white working class in the late was it
Like the
late
labor movement shit, but that's
early
different.
1900s? Yeah, the beginnings of the labor movement. We haven't seen that in a while. We haven't seen that in a while. And part of the reason we haven't seen that in a while is because white folks have aligned themselves with white supremacy and the status quo.
Mhm.
So the more that they step outside of that and decide to put themselves in direct opposition, like
Mhm.
Alex Pretty and
They're gonna have more
was it
issues.
Megan Good? Was her name Megan? Uh, Not Megan
Mm,
Good. That's the actress. The
no,
the one
I know.
in
I can't remember her first name, but I know her was good.
yeah, the one in Minnesota. You know
Mhm.
that is what awaits white folks. That is what awaits them. So we'll see.
I saw Latif had a comment that he wanted to ask me. How do you prevent, guard, protect, and or prepare for encounters like that in Tennessee? I will say, because I didn't think that shit was gonna happen, I was prepared. I'm always ready, but I didn't bring like extra supplies for some of those folks because I didn't think that that was gonna happen. Like I think they were gonna get tear gas. But normally, what I would say is that you should have like eye wash or saline with you, like in your bag. I have like a gas. I have a few gas masks actually. But I have a gas mask thing, and like I have like a whole bunch of like protester go bags that I keep in my car for like if I'm going to something. I know we might need them, so I just hand those out to like people who I'm organizing with. I don't
We
know. It's like
need
huh?
whether we pull it out or not. We need gas masks.
Mhm.
We need to have some gas masks. Keep it in your car. Put it in a bag. We need to have them. It's better
Yeah.
to have them and not need them than need them and not have them.
Very true.
And you know, one of the things that I've been seeing as of late, them leaf blowers, man, them leaf blowers, blowing
Yeah.
that tear gas back. Oh yeah, yeah,
I sure
yeah,
say we
yeah.
need to go ahead and get some of them the little mobile leaf blowers where you don't need the cord or whatever. Because I was like, yeah, we could have used that, but honestly, with how close they were and how scared and white people was, I don't know how much it would have helped because they was in that grass. They was not coming over to help them. And I think another thing we could do to prepare for encounters like that is like training folks ahead of time that this could happen so they can respond. Because even if you don't have the leaf blower and the other stuff, knowing how to de-arrest and de-escalate is
Hmm.
huge in this kind of situation. They didn't know how to do that, and we had to depend on elected officials to get folks released. Like they had arrested 6 people, but they released 2 of them because of Councilman Smiley, and then they released another person, and they arrested like 3 people actually went to jail. So we were able to do a little bit like on the scene, like there in real time, but it just shouldn't have been. Yeah, it shouldn't have turned into that. I also think that ways to guard and protect yourself are wearing like sleeves. I know that like, it's hot outside, you don't want to do that, but like wearing something thin and long sleeve because at least when they're spraying stuff, it'll get on your clothes first and not get into your skin, like seeping into your
Hmm.
skin. And then it also protects you from like if an officer grabs you, like you don't get a bruise and stuff as much because like we had some people who were getting like grabbed and like pulled and stuff, but they just like pulled at their sweater and other stuff. They didn't like actually hurt their body because they had something on. I would personally, I got a rule. I'm not showing my body parts at protests or airports. So I'm fully clothed all the way down to my feet. And I think that everyone should do that. Like because
Hmm.
then you also become vulnerable for other attacks too, right? Like if they see that you got on some shorts or something, they can hit you or um you could get stabbed. I mean, it could be a whole bunch of shit that happens. I'm not saying they won't happen on long sleeves, but you
Hmm.
are a little you don't seem as risk to them, basically.
Hmm.
So I definitely suggest those things and having like that backpack that has all the stuff in it. I didn't have a backpack on, but we had a wagon that was pulling the speaker and my stuff was in there. So keeping that kind of stuff on you. Um, I know I've seen people talk about the umbrella thing. I think the umbrella thing and the leaf blower thing too only work when you're extremely organized. And because the people who
Hmm.
are coming to Kings, this is usually their entry point. I don't think that was something I could expect from them, but I would expect them to intervene and de-escalate in some way. And I do think that pissed me off wholly. I made a whole video about that shit. I feel like if you see your white friends getting arrested and tackled to the ground, it's four police officers on top of this one nigga, and you just standing there yelling shame. I really wanted to throw something at them.
That's what they did when Sherry, what is her name? Renee Good. Thank you, Sherry. Her name was Renee Good, not Megan Good.
Renee, you need
Don't
to
let the
make good.
murderer leave and just let the murderer left. Just let the murderer leave. Don't let the murderer leave and then let the murderer leave. Shame. Shame.
Mm-mm.
Really? That's all you got? That's the best that you can do? Okay. All right. You ain't had no bottle, no can, no
No,
drumstick.
I don't want to go to jail. See, it's way down.
If you stick around, yeah, you probably get caught. I'm just saying,
Man,
I was in a demonstration. I just looked up and saw a old English 40-ounce bottle
woo,
going
flying.
over the crowd toward the police. I don't know who threw it, and you ain't supposed to know.
It don't matter.
Now you throw on a folding chair, that you definitely gonna be seen, bro. Don't do
They
that.
definitely gonna see you do that.
You gonna see
You
who
throwing a bottle, maybe not as
the
much.
bottle of brick. You might not be seen. You know what I'm saying? You got some chance there. You know, you got some wiggle room. But yeah, like you said, the whole thing, it's 8,000. Yeah, we don't need all 8,000 to record. We need you to unarrest people.
I said
How you gonna tell
arresting is
people to
at
disperse
this
and
point,
then run
de-arresting is
somebody
a
down,
lost
grab them,
art.
and arrest them? No.
I said de-arresting must be a lost art because what the fuck?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lost art. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Someone else said NYC Settler Media was giving time and route announcements days before the activities. Oh, lame. Zero PE said Rittenhouse was Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Went
But
was
didn't he go to?
he
When
went
he from
somewhere?
somewhere else?
He went to into another state. I just don't remember which one it was, and I don't remember which demo it was. It's so damn many. Shit. It has all run together now. I don't remember, but it was a
Yeah,
white
what
guy
A
that he
Rob
shot.
said, don't use milk. That's why I didn't say milk.
Hmm.
Water or saline, works the best. Because we had people pouring saline in folks' eyes and they was good.
Yeah, they were good.
Where's your PE comment? Yes, I agree with packing extra clothes in a backpack. I have let me just break down the bag for you. So in my bag I have some Sharpies in case people need to write down like a number of someone if they might get arrested. There's a gas mask in there. There's an extra shirt. Sometimes I put a hoodie in there depending on if I want to like be inconspicuous. There's masks like face masks. Um, there's some water, some saline, water saline solution. There's some granola bars. Yeah, I have some granola bars in there. Some
Energy.
ibuprofen, first aid kit, few peppermints. Sometimes like peppermints, like if you're starting to get like a headache, will help like push the headache back. So like I put some of those in there. Sometimes when you're
Peppermint.
sometimes when you're at like a
Peppermints.
or something, people start not feeling good. You can get them that.
Peppermints like the church mamas have on Sunday. Them kind of peppermints.
Yep,
Well,
that's what I got in there. And then sometimes I add random stuff. But yeah.
yeah, these people.
Free the
Oh,
column
these people.
said, how were you able to get your local protests to be attached to demands? Definitely want to utilize the potential of people mobilizing in the same way. Were you a part of organizing it? Yeah, so I got them to do it because I bullied them, and
Right.
bullying
Bullying and
I shamed them and
come
told
up
them I
with a
was
contingent.
that shit, that it was a waste of time, and that we got a city being occupied. And fortunately, the white people who are organizing here, who are indivisible, they also run the immigrant food pantry that we've been doing while the occupation is happening. So delivering groceries to folks who are impacted. So they see the real impact of the Memphis Safe Task Force, and they notice it's some bullshit. They wanted to move this group of white people more towards taking action. So we started with the direct action around the picketing. So what they did is they had these white people who volunteered as we were doing a march. They did a quick training with them. They gave them these sheets of paper. It was like a little quarter sheet. They said, we're boycotting this business. Why we're boycotting this business, the harm that the Memphis Safe Task Force, the National Guard are causing to Memphis and Memphians. And they went in those restaurants and handed them out to patrons and the owners. And then they stood outside and picketed and they didn't let people in. And then people started leaving. So they did that at about 4 or 5 different businesses. As we had just passed down Bill Street and we were turning, and as we were turning, they were coming up. So they did a really good job, actually. I think that I was a part of organizing it, yes, and I definitely think you should use the potential of people mobilizing. Just like when people, sorry, there's a cat in here. Just like when people were talking about like I'm not going to no Kings. Da, 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 da. One of my friends, Paige PG, was talking about how it's the perfect organizing opportunity, and I agree because I was in there organizing people too. Like people were like,
Well,
"Oh,
I
click
mean,
this information,
organizers
get more engaged."
organizers recognize opportunities to organize.
Yeah,
Activists, not so much.
yeah, and that's why I'm an organizer.
Right. That's why you're an organizer. There's a difference.
Latif said, "Throw, disrupt, run." Yeah, see, I might have done that in my past, allegedly. I never been caught, so that's what matters. Um, People still don't believe in the power of numbers. You know, Zero PE said people still don't believe in the power of numbers, and I agree. I think that they don't be realizing the power of having all them people. Like they don't, and it's annoying as hell. Because what do you mean? It's 500 of y'all, and you let 6 people get arrested. I'm so confused.
But there's also
It's 10 police
the
officers. It's
but
only 10 cops.
there's 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 a fear. There's a
Yeah.
fear of going to jail, of being arrested, of going to jail. There's a fear of being brutalized, arrested, and going
Hmm.
to jail.
I mean, although they'll never experience brutality like us, but yeah.
They'll never experience it the same way, but it's still there. And I don't know how many activists or how many of these folks out here, somebody might have a warrant. You know what I'm saying?
Luckily, I ain't got no warrants right
Hmm.
now.
Yeah, people fear death more than they want to be liberated. Most definitely.
Hmm. They
Most
definitely fear more.
definitely.
I say this is lame as hell. What do you mean you scary?
And I'm not just. Let me just be completely transparent here. Even though I'm out here in LA, I am one of those people. I am not. I ain't gonna go. I'm not going out there just yet. I use a rollator. I use a rollator. I haven't really been using a wheelchair out in public, but I do use a rollator. That's like a walker with a seat. And I
Okay.
saw one demonstration. Once again, I forget which one it was out here in LA. So many different ones. But some brother was in a, or was he in a wheelchair? I think he was in a wheelchair, and he was on the ground. LAPD had him on the ground, and somebody attempted to grab his wheelchair for him. And the cop, they all had on riot gear. The cop grabbed the wheelchair and looked like he was going to hit the person with his billy
With the
club who was
wheelchair?
trying to get the wheelchair. I'm like, I'm not. You see, I see how they treat. I'm not going out there just yet. I'm not
Mm-mm.
going out there for that. I don't. I can't do a show for 2 hours with it. I don't do pain. All right. When Mr. Arthritis be like, "Hey, it's time to go," that's when I get off the mic. Like I got to end the stream. I'm. And you want me to be out there at a demo when we know these people don't give a damn? Oh no, not the kid, not this kid, not
Mm-hmm.
yet. Not yet. Anyway, not yet. If I go out there, I'm gonna be in my car. I'm definitely gonna be in my car. I'm the driver. I'll drive y'all on the front line in my.
I've definitely been a
I
car
think not.
marshal.
Huh?
I've definitely been a car marshal.
Yeah. I learned the power of numbers from Cyrus's speech in the Warriors.
What's the
Can
word?
you dig it? You never seen the Warriors?
No.
That's because you're young.
Not too much on me.
Me and Zero P old as hell. Now let me stop. Warriors, come out
That's so
to
funny.
play.
I've never seen this. What is it about? Please tell me more.
The Warriors is allegedly the all of the gangs coming together in New York because they outnumber the police. And some
What the
imbecile, some idiot kills the
watch that?
dude who's attempting to unify them, and they blame it on the Warriors. So now all of these gangs in New York City are looking for the Warriors. They trying to get back to their home turf, and they got to fight their way home. It's a
Okay.
cult classic.
I need to I want to watch it. Ooh. Manifesto said Amber needs to Netflix and chill and watch Warriors with me. We definitely can. We should.
Warriors.
It sounds cool. I'm gonna watch it. Please, Latif, get off my back. I can feel your foot on my neck. I'm just
But
playing.
yeah, I mean, shit. More gang members than police.
There was a
More
video
black
game.
folks
Beyonce
than
said,
police. More activists than police.
I remember playing the video game as a kid. I didn't know it was a video game too.
Now that part I didn't know.
Mm. Not somebody saying I'm young and I remember. Look now, not too much on me. I didn't have cable as a child. Let's chill out. Okay. Alrighty. A manifesto. Email me so we can
Oh,
set
the
this up.
video game came out late. Video game came out what 40 years after the movie.
The more you know.
The more you know.
I learn something new every day.
It's a cult classic. But
I'll
then
put
that
my
them
email
games
in the
don't look
chat.
like nothing I'm used to. We don't dress like that out here in LA.
Really?
No.
Not they didn't have good set design.
I was like, that's a gang? Okay, all right.
First of all, somebody said it's a fellow 30-year-old millennial. I'm not 30. First,
Or is a must watch classic.
that's cool. A manifesto. I'll put my email in the chat so you can email me so we can set this up so I can watch the movie so Tandy won't beat me up or bully me.
It won't be me beating you up.
I just feel like y'all are on me.
Beat it.
We haven't
Beat
discussed any news. Let me pull up the little run sheet thing, child.
your thing was news. We needed to talk about that. I knew
Oh well, yeah, that
you had
was
to
news.
set that part off
Very true. It was news.
because you raised good questions and you were there. So definitely providing the context of what you went
I was
to,
there.
what you experienced over the weekend
I
and
was
over the
definitely
top.
there, and I was definitely yelling at them people.
Good.
I was going off. I didn't see. I didn't know that people were filming in the moment, and I saw a video of myself, and I said, that man said, "Get on the grass." I said, "You get on the grass, bitch." And the police officer he said, "Get back." I said, "You get back, hoe."
Calling the police bitch and hoe.
I said, "Oh,
Woo.
I was mad." And then I had posted it on my Instagram stories. I said, "Damn, I was mad as hell." And people was commenting like, "Yeah, I've never even heard you curse like that. You was really upset." I was like,
You
"I
know,
was."
the police will bring it out of us. It will bring it
They
out.
really will. I said, y'all really get my bad side.
The police.
Hate it for you, but damn.
I've been watching. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be transparent. Cause we family up here. We can do that. I've been watching. I've been in this rabbit hole watching body camera footage, and a few of, well, maybe not a lot, but a few of them cops. I'm like, damn, they didn't deserve that. But then they'll do this kind of shit, and I'll be like, you
Yeah,
know what, a
they
cab,
deserved it.
a cab.
Yeah, they deserved it.
Yep, yep, yep.
They definitely earned that shit.
Earned every bit of it.
Where's Erica when we need her so I can find the run sheet?
Uh oh. Yeah. I just
Okay,
let what's his name tell me what the news is. Instagram.
I'm screaming, and I let Instagram tell me the news.
I'm letting Instagram tell me the news. Posting
Oh,
the
I found it.
videos of the different rallies and demonstrations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Social media can be a good source if you know where to look and what to look for.
This is true. Oh, here's a good story. Okay, let me pull this one up.
Ooh, not the yawn.
I
Not
ain't
the
drinking. I ain't been drinking enough water. I got the water right here. Actually, I need to drink it. But
It's like Wikipedia. No, not like Wikipedia.
okay, I'm gonna pull this one up now. Oh wait, should we play the little thingy thing? Hold on, let me play the little thing.
Slap the map.
Yeah, let's see. Where's the video clip? There you go.
You
Okay,
got
great.
some news to go with that?
I love the little video. I be maybe going off and be like,
Hey,
"That's my shit."
I need that music to go a little bit longer. That was too slow.
I'm screaming. That was 30 seconds. Please,
I need at least 60 seconds.
Condi, please.
At
It's so.
least 60.
I actually wanted to do this story because it's in Bryan, Texas. A woman's prison concealed a sinister secret. Staff sexual misconduct accuser said from a Collierville,
Duh.
Texas federal prison
Duh.
that holds high-profile women, including Ghislaine Maxwell, said they face retaliation for reporting abuse. No shit, Sherlock.
I mean, how is this news? Seriously, though.
Right.
How is this news?
Stuck
I mean,
in
okay.
a residential neighborhood of bungalows and crepe myrtle trees. First of all, I love crepe myrtle trees. Anyways, the
Crepe
federal women's
myrtle.
prison in Bryan, Texas doesn't look like a traditional lockup. The women live in dormitory style rooms without doors. In khaki uniforms and boots, some of the country's most high profile prisoners move freely between buildings for meals, work programs, and recreation. But as sprawling and open as federal prison Camp Bryan appears, some women and staff whistleblowers say the minimum security facility conceals a sinister secret, inescapable sexual misconduct, and punishments for those who try to report the abuse. Six women who were incarcerated in Bryan since 2020 told the Marshall Project and NBC News that staff members pressured them into unwanted sex acts in deserted corners where there were no security cameras or witnesses. Two more women said staff members groped them or touched them inappropriately. Looking back, I wish I did 100 things, kick him, scream, cry, whatever, said Darlene, who alleges a prison chaplain to abuse her in the chapel. My God, he
Mm,
going, he's going to hell.
uh,
Okay. And in a closet after months of grooming her with compliments and hugs. Once
mm,
she said he
mm,
cornered her
mm.
in a bathroom and reached her underwear. Oh, they doing all kinds of shit in the prison.
This is the chaplain.
Chaplain, baby.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Anybody be a chaplain nowadays, though.
These
For real,
damn
for
people.
real.
Mm, mm, mm.
He said she reported him to a correctional officer. Eh, and a captain in early 2020 and also spoke to a Bureau of Prisons investigator but doesn't know what happened to the report. Nothing happened, Darlene. Anyways, Darlene is one of several women incarcerated at Bryan who, along with three former staff members, said they face retribution or threats from prison officials after reporting misconduct against incarcerated women under the Prison Rape Elimination Act, a federal law meant to protect prisoners from abuse. But spoiler alert, it does not. And days after she reported Chaplin, she was incarcerated she was incarcerated for methamphetamine possession. She was shipped she was shipped to a more restricted facility. God damn.
So I'm not trying to sound flippant about this. I'm just really like, duh, it's the perfect population. They're vulnerable. Nobody's going to believe them. No one's going to come to. Of course, they're being sexually abused. Of course, they're being it. Like I said, duh, duh. I'm not saying that, like I said, to diminish what those women are going through. I'm just like, who doesn't know that? Who is making the assumption that these people are doing, quote unquote, the things that they say they're doing? We're upholding the law. This is about justice. This is about rehabilitation. No, it ain't. It ain't about
It's
none of
not.
that stuff. And if it's happened in one area, you can best believe it has happened elsewhere. It has happened elsewhere. Anyway, well, we
It
know it
is.
happens in men's prison. Come on, come on
It
now.
definitely happens in men's prisons. It was this girl who did a whole series on TikTok talking about how she got scammed by a nigga in jail. I said, y'all are so damn dumb.
Oh
She
well,
was a hard body when she went in there. She was mean to people, and then he got her. And then she found out after he got out that it was a bet that he made with his roommate that he could get her to fall in love with him. I
wait a
said,
minute, roommate or cellmate?
cellmate.
Okay, this one in college now.
You so goddamn dumb. And what I'm even more shocked about is how many times people get on the internet and tell us their business, and it's so embarrassing. Why would you tell us this embarrassing ass shit about you? Now we know you a wink, link, and a dummy.
A weak link and a
So much
dummy.
so, this stupid hoe sending him money. He's in jail. He's in prison. You're a correctional officer. Turn it
Yeah,
on. Turn it on.
it's to turn on your brain.
What is going
No,
on?
not love after lockup, love during lockup. But
No,
anyway,
during lockup, because she finna get fired. Shit. But then she moved jobs or something.
fortunately, thank God. Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of that is some of that's got to be for content and clicks and likes. I'm like, you cannot be this dumb. I refuse to believe it. I refuse.
I don't. They're dumb.
See,
I'm not gonna
there's
hold you.
always somebody be like, people are stupid, Tony. No, yeah, they are.
Do you have something to say, Kafka? The
Huh?
cat the cat is terrorizing me. I just want y'all to
No.
know.
Well,
Her name is Kafka. She
who?
terrorizing me.
Kafka,
Kafka.
as
And
in
she just
Franz Kafka.
I don't know. I don't know
You
who they
know,
named her after. Hold on, let me ask.
oh my God. Mm, mm.
Not you was right, Tandy. They did name her after Franz Kafka.
Franz Kafka. The black, first of all, black in Utah. That's enough right there. The black female Utah Mormon that fell in love with an LA blood. That's on what is it? Love after life after love. Something after lockup. I don't know. Mm, mm,
Mm-mm.
mm. I don't know.
Who is Franz Kafka then, Tandy? Because I don't know.
Hell, I don't remember. He's somebody. I don't remember who Franz Kafka. Kafka. I don't remember.
Lord Jesus.
I don't remember.
I honestly don't know. That's hilarious, bro.
I'm
I'm sorry.
tired, y'all. I don't remember. I don't remember stuff from yesterday, but if it happened 20 years ago, I can tell you all about it.
You can.
20,
You be on
30,
it.
40 years ago.
You be knowing.
I
No,
can tell you all about
I just find it crazy that the cat is like in love with me, and she can't. I guess she doesn't realize that I don't look like it,
it. You don't fuck.
but she is in love with me, and she
Yeah.
literally was laying on me last night, just rolling around,
They'll do that.
and,
They'll,
and just was
they'll go pick out the person
like
that
this,
don't like them.
rubbing on me, and then she was like
Hmm.
rubbing on my legs. I said, "Girl, this feels sexual. Please stop."
You being sexually harassed.
By the cat, I already have one. I don't need another.
Well,
That was a good one, actually. That was a good joke.
but yeah, I just don't get it. I don't.
Selah
How did you
said
how did you not know? I mean,
he's a communist writer, I believe, read his book in high school. A Rob said cats know when people don't like cats and try to convert
Hmm.
them. You'll be a cat lady by the end of the week.
They absolutely do. They do that.
I actually won't because she bit me yesterday, and I won't be seeking a cat.
They make a beeline to people who say they don't
I think
like
it was
them.
a now I think it was a playful bite. Like she was like doing like this, and I was like doing like that back, and then she said, "Ah, so nah, I don't fuck with animals biting now. Let's chill." She said, Ashley Knuckles said, I had a similar experience. This orange cat was making biscuits on my thigh. I was very uncomfortable. I bet you was, Sister Ashley Knuckles.
Well, you
I
know,
really
orange
just love
cats are
calling you
special.
Sister Ashley Knuckles. We need to bring Jared brother back on. I love him.
Who?
Jared's brother.
Brother
He with
Gino,
the
his
nation.
brother Gino?
He be calling everybody sister.
Oh, you know what? Let me. Oh, can I?
And Ashley Knuckles had asked a question one time. He said, "Oh yeah, Sister Ashley Knuckles."
Is
And
it
it was
Ash?
so funny to me
Is it
because why
Ashley
you
or Ashley?
Sister Ashley Knuckles?
Oh shucks, wait a minute. That's not what I
It was
want.
just really funny to me.
Hold on. That's not what I want. I want to show y'all where it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. I think I'm gonna send you. Oh shoot. Amber, I'm texting you a link
Okay,
from Instagram because it's easier. Don't ask me why.
it's
Texting
okay.
it to you as opposed to putting it in the chat. Can you bring that up for
Yeah,
us?
I had to email it to myself real quick, but yeah, I got you. 1 second.
Oh, you got an email? Yeah, we doing a lot over here.
That what I be doing too. Like when I'm trying to show something, I email it to myself. It's okay. Facing it. In the meantime, want to just welcome everybody once again to the Remix Morning Show. You got me, Amber, y'all's babe, and Tandy,
You're
um,
not so
giving
babe.
you all the news that you want. Make sure y'all are commenting, liking, and subscribing. For sure, liking, sending hearts. You can always send me a super chat. I did get tear gas this weekend. I could always use, some love just for that. Luckily, my voice like came back in time because yesterday it was fucked up. I was very surprised, but I'm alive.
I'm gonna send you this one too. I told you I get my news.
I
I
will
be
say, Steven, I'm not ignoring the cat. I am totally fine with people who have cats. I'm nice to the cat. She cool with me. We playing, but I'm not getting a cat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay,
so I just
y'all
sent
get
you.
what I'm saying.
So I
I
got
got a dog. Hell, the
two
dog already
links.
doing a lot. My dog be doing a whole bunch, and I had to get a doggy cam for him, and he likes to walk up to it and like sniff it like he's gonna knock it over. And so I've been posting these cute little funny pictures of him walking up to the camera. And they on the internet talking about I'm surveilling the dog. I said, first of all, this little motherfucker's bad. That's why he got a doggy cam. He bad as hell. I didn't want to put his business out on Front Street, but you're not gonna make me out to be the CIA. This little motherfucker bad as hell. He had to get a camera. It was really he had no options. That's why we are where we are. But he don't like the camera. Yeah, and Ashley Knuckles, I'm not finna put him in the cage because he don't like cages. He been in the cage since he was like a baby,
Let
like
the
less
brother
than a year
go.
old.
Free the brother. Free the dog. Let him go.
He roams around. He does his thing. He just got a doggy cam.
Amber,
That's
pull up the
it.
links I sent you.
I got it. Don't yell at me.
I'm not yelling.
I'm finna tell the cat you yelling at me. She can take the screen. Okay, let me reload it.
Bring it out! Bring it out! Bring it out! Bring it
Well,
out!
this is in LA, downtown LA.
We do this every day!
Oh, this funny as hell.
We do this
Oh,
every
he's the
day!
leaf blower hero.
We do this every day! Together this way!
That man had that leaf blower on until that
He
canister
not playing.
until that canister went out.
We do this every day. Bring it in, bring it in.
We do this every day.
You're not playing. But that is the kind of like organization I be talking about. Like we got to be organized like that. And in situations where we thought that we would need something like that, we do be having that. But
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think they was gonna attack them white people like that. Unfortunately, I was wrong.
Hit that other link. Hit that other one.
Which other link?
I texted you another link.
You send a link at the link at the link.
It's only 2 now. Calm down.
Who do you think I am? A pro?
Calm down.
Hold on, let me send myself this one too, Tommy. Entertain the people in the meantime.
Mm.
Come on, Kafka.
Kafka. Franz.
I mean, she really living her best life. I don't know if y'all can hear her meowing, but she's loud as fuck.
Mm.
Okay, here we go. I got the other video too. Because I had pulled up a news story.
Okay. After this, I'm just doing my little part.
I do want to give a little trigger warning. We finna see some police violence. It's against white people, so not as bad, but it is violent. Tondi like that kind of shit.
Listen at you. Just shut up. You know a horse can kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that was unnecessary.
Fucking A.
What is bad though?
Watch your back. Watch your back.
Ooh, they got big skid.
Whoa!
Now, I could see if this was Memphis, Tennessee, or Atlanta, Georgia. You know, someplace in the South, in close proximity to rural. This is Los Angeles, California. Why do we have horseback officers? Why?
Big ass sticks.
Why? So they can hit you from sitting up on high. Why do we have horses in Los Angeles? Why? Excuse me. Why does the LAPD have horses? Why?
Questions.
I don't even understand that one. I don't get it.
Okay, I do have another story because I do want to ask some questions.
Okay. I just wanted to let y'all see that.
Yeah, so I will say they had the horses out there too when we was out there. They were lined up after they had like arrested the people, they had lined up and were like just standing there trying to scare us and shit. And I was like, the fuck they gonna do on them horses?
Run y'all down?
First of all, I'm not playing. Hey. Some bullshit. Okay.
What's your news story about?
Pinky Cole, because I hate her.
Oh.
And I love to see her demise. So it says, this is from TMZ. It says Real Housewives of Atlanta newbie Pinky Cole, who owns a slutty vegan restaurants. Now I will say they got the vegan ranch and banana pudding I ever had in my life. Not together, separately. But by her hater. Anyways, sees her Georgia home was seized by a creditor, pleads for help in court.
What do you say you love seeing her demise?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
bitch ain't shit. Hella wage theft. She opened all them fucking restaurants, was stealing from her employees and shit. She ain't shit.
Ooh, now see, I hadn't been following the story like that.
Mm-hmm. That's why I want to see nothing but her demise. I want nothing worse for her.
Well, alrighty then.
Trifling.
Damn.
I mean, I just think that that's what you get when they do trifling stuff.
Your wage theft is not cute.
She had multiple lawsuits for that.
Oh, that's a shame.
It says she was rushed to bankruptcy court after she claims a creditor seized one of her investment homes and changed the locks, TMZ has learned. According to court docs obtained by TMZ, Pinky says she owns a fancy property in Georgia, a 6 bedroom, 4 bathroom, 2,814 square foot home in the city of Loganville, about an hour east of Atlanta.
Mm. Loganville,
As,
that's out past
as TMZ
Covington and
previously,
Decatur, Lithonia.
oh really? It's out there, out there?
It's east of Atlanta, yeah, out that way.
East Atlanta Santa. I'm playing. Anyways, as
Yeah.
TMZ previously reported, Pinky, who was the founder of Slutty Vegan and several other businesses, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy earlier this year. In the new filing, Pinky claims that after she filed for bankruptcy, Guardian Asset Management seized the Loganville home, placed a notice in the street-facing window, and changed the lock. Pinky says her lawyer tried to contact Guardian and explain their actions were improper since the bankruptcy filing paused any collection efforts. The RH, oh, the Real House of Atlanta Star said the seizure is causing extreme financial harm because she needs to rent the property in order to bring in income, and says she has a prospective tenant with the lease set to start on April 1st. Maybe it's March 30th. Okay.
See,
The
bankrupt. We use the popular, because so many the literacy level is so low. The popular,
mm-hmm.
the people think. I mean, not the popular definition, but a lot of people think bankrupt means I ain't got no money. When you file for
Yeah.
bankruptcy, you saying that you cannot pay everybody you owe, and it's a way of
Mm-hmm.
protecting the assets and the money
Yourself.
that you do have. So it's basically a legal way for you to not pay people. So when I see
Yeah.
people filing for bankruptcy, I'd be like, I do not feel sorry for you because I know you sitting on something. You sitting on something you trying to hold on to. You get
Mm.
no sympathy from me.
None for me either. I said, you're not a good person. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So the rest of it says the creditor has yet to formally respond. Her lawyer, Jamie Christie, tells TMZ this was an investment property that was unlawfully seized from Ms. Cole. This unlawful seizure violated the automatic stay imposed in Ms. Cole's bankruptcy case. In other bankruptcy docs, Pinky states she owes millions in debt and is currently unemployed with basically no income aside from 15K a month her husband earns. Here's my question.
15K a month?
Right.
You'll be all right.
Right. And they don't have no kids. She ain't got no kids.
You'll be all right. But you got dogs and cats. She'll be all right. That's what she's spending
Yeah.
that extra income on. You'll be all right, ma'am.
Leah said, "Isn't Pinky the one that handed out LLCs to graduating students like it was doing something for them?" Yes, that was her. Because she said that that's what will save us. Having an LLC, that's what's going to get you over.
A limited liability corporation.
You're crazy.
All right, so Amber, check this out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that I need to get off, but I do need to, go handle something real quick. Well, not real quick.
I'm screaming. Tony, we finna end this joint. You're not gonna play with me. Y'all see how Tony be doing me?
No, that's not. After you left me up here by myself one day, and ear doctor had to come save me.
First of all, I said I was not gonna be here.
You still
That's
left me
different.
alone.
That's different. I said I wasn't gonna be here. I said we need to find somebody else. I sent out a little recruitment message.
Yeah, but you know how Black Liberation Media is. They throw us to the wolves over here.
I don't know that
They
because I don't have
they
that experience.
they
You're not
they
gonna have
open
me.
they open the door and say go on in there, and then they leave. They say here's the key. Turn off the light when you leave. Turn
You're so funny. You know that? You're like
off the light
hilarious.
when you leave. Wow,
You're like really funny. You know that?
I've been told that. Ashley nigga said good night, Tony.
I mean, because
Good
what are you
morning,
doing?
Ashley. Oh man.
So funny, bro. Okay, so I understand, Tandy. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do one more story and then we can just end early.
See, I don't want you to end it because of me.
No, you're having a medical emergency, and that's what's happening.
All right. Let's do one more.
Well, I will just say what I want to say about the Pinky Code lady is I am disappointed that this is not her primary home. You know, I've never wished for someone to be homeless, but I would wish for them to suffer,
Mm.
and she deserves to suffer.
She deserves to suffer.
All I'm saying. She actually married another restaurant mogul, the Big Dave cheesesteak guy. I will say them cheesesteaks is good as fuck.
Mm.
I hate to say it, the burgers at Slutty Vegan, they good as long as you eat it within 10 minutes, and them cheesesteaks fire. But boy, them owners is trifling. Oh, they're trifling as hell.
I have to
Okay,
go, Amber.
Andy.
I have to go.
Okay,
What's the story? What is it? What's the news
I'm
story?
pulling it up. I'm trying to share it. You started yelling at me by having to leave.
Amber. I,
Huh?
never mind. I'm not yelling, Amber.
I know I'm just dramatic.
Yeah, yeah. Drama queen. Okay.
I always have been. You know, my mom said, to be honest.
Yeah,
Okay,
what this
so
is.
this is from CNBC News, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a text story. It says a jury in Los Angeles finds Meta and YouTube negligent in social media addiction trial. Very
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
Or
A
several
jury,
$1 million.
uh, so the key points are a jury in Los Angeles determined that Meta and Google were negligent and failed to warn users of the dangers associated with using their platform in a high-profile social media case. It's the first of several trials taking place this year that experts have characterized as the social media industry's big tobacco moment. Ooh, interesting. Compensatory damages were assessed at 3 million, with Meta on the hook for 70% and YouTube the remaining 30%. I just want to say 3 million ain't shit for real.
Nope.
The
I thought it
personal
was more than that, actually. But go ahead.
I thought it would be more than that. The personal injury trial commenced in late January in LA Superior Court. A young woman identified as KGM or Kaylee alleged she became addicted to apps like Instagram and YouTube as a child. Deliberations began Friday, March 13th. Jurors ultimately ruled in favor of the plaintiff, who claimed that Meta and YouTube's negligence played a substantial factor in causing mental health related harms. Compensatory damages were assessed at 3 million, with Meta on the hook for 70%, YouTube the remaining 30%, and punitive damages amount to an additional 3 million, with 2.1 million to be paid by Meta and 900,000 by YouTube. So that's probably why you thought it was more, because it's 6 million in total.
Mm, I thought it was still more than that, but okay.
Yeah. It says today's verdict is a historic moment for Kaylee and for thousands of children and families who have been waiting for this day. Attorneys representing the plaintiff said in a statement after the verdict, she showed extraordinary courage bringing this case and telling her story in open court. Girl, I guess a jury of Kaylee's peers heard the evidence, heard what Meta and YouTube knew and when they knew it, and held them accountable for their conduct. When are we gonna hold parents accountable for their conduct? Anyways, a Meta spokesperson said in a statement, "We respectfully disagree with the verdict and are evaluating our legal options." Yeah, bitch, sure. We disagree with the verdict and plan to appeal. This case misunderstands YouTube, which is a responsibly built streaming platform, not a social media site, a Google spokesperson said in a statement. I'll be forgetting that Google owns YouTube all the time. I have to stop doing that. And it's one of several trials taking place this year. Like I said earlier, the tobacco thing. Comparing it with the 1990s, when tobacco companies were forced to pay billions of dollars for lying to the public about the safety and potential harms of their products. And now they got them big ass statements everywhere
Okay,
about it.
this is what I saw. I saw this earlier. This was on March 24th. LA jury still deliberating after a week. This was just before that news story broke. Meta
Hmm.
was ordered to pay 375 million in a
Hmm.
New Mexico social media verdict.
Yeah, that's what's it's right here. It's under
Okay,
the first story. So I'm going to read that part now.
okay,
On
there you
Tuesday,
go.
whoop, I hit the computer chair. Sorry. On Tuesday, jurors in Santa Fe, New Mexico found that Meta willfully violated the state's unfair practices after Attorney General Raul Torres alleged that the company failed to properly safeguard its app from online predators targeting children. Meta was ordered to pay 375 million in damages based on the number of violations. The company said it would appeal the case. The New Mexico case is separate from other social media lawsuits that state attorney generals have brought against companies, including Meta and TikTok. During the 6-week trial in LA, jury members were tasked with determining whether Meta and YouTube implemented certain design features in their apps, like recommendation algorithms and autoplay, that contributed to KJM's crippling mental distress. The 20-year-old woman alleged that she suffered from severe body dysmorphia, depression, and suicidal thoughts due to her near constant use of the apps and the constant notifications that made it difficult for her to stop. She white. Gotta be.
Of course.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it's not enough of parents being responsible and young adults turning their fucking phones off and deleting the apps for me. But hey, whatever. I get it. I can definitely understand that like some of the autoplay features and recommendations and stuff can entice some people, especially weak white women. But I also feel like if you're saying you've been doing this since you were a child and this has started your mental health issues, what was your parent doing? I don't understand. And that's also why I don't agree with this YouTube age of like people just giving their kids tablets and just sitting them in front of tablets. Like that's why your kids ain't got no reading comprehension and they eyesight bad. What is we doing? What are we doing? I don't like it. Okay. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I have to go prep anyways because I'm speaking at a national conference this week. And I'm going to do my first of 2 panels today in a few hours. And then I'm doing a workshop tomorrow. Have I finished writing the workshop? No. Will it be done before the workshop? Yes. And that's all that matters. A-Rob says it's hard to do when everything is linked electronically, even for children. What do you mean? Linked electronically? Ashley Knuckles said, "Good luck, Amber. We need to do a Monday prepping show." Yes, thank you for the luck vibes. I feel them. I feel them. Also, Ashley, I do need to Ashley, not Ashley. Ashley, I do need to hit you up. I keep forgetting to hit you up about this lotion and to send you these tinctures. Do you have my email? I can put it in the chat so you can connect with me so I can get this stuff to you because I did make it and put it in the bottles for you. And when you say a Monday prepping show, what do you mean? Like prepping for like protests and shit? Zero PE said, "I'm glad my kids are grown now because I'd definitely be in a fight daily if I had to deal with with all this and all that BS." Yeah. I mean, I feel like I use technology, but not that much. And as somebody who grew up without technology like that, my mama had us reading books. Shit, she was not fucking playing. We didn't have cable. I didn't have cable till I was 13. So I was reading books and like watching VHS tapes and shit, like normal children do. And I turned out fine. Oh, Ashley Knuckles said doomsday prepping. Yes, we should schedule an episode next Monday if you're available. I would love to. I haven't gotten into canning just yet, but I want to talk about like canning and gardening and stuff. A more radical approach to I've been in the community. Okay, yes. We should definitely do that. Okay, Ton DC, I only made you stay on for another 10 minutes.
No comment. I got to go.
Okay.
But I love you, Amber.
I love you too.
I'm glad that you were not injured. I know you were traumatized this weekend, but I'm glad you were not physically injured.
Me too, because I would have been cussing up a storm and I wouldn't have let nobody live it down. I would have reminded about that shit every day. You remember the time you let me get trampled by a fucking police horse? That would have been me. It would have been me.
All right, y'all. All right, remixers. Apologies, but
peace, y'all.
It is what it is.
We do have a medical emergency situation happening, so I'm gonna let Tondi slide this time. But next time, it will be beef.
Yes.
Okay, bye guys.
All right,
I'll see y'all on Friday, actually.
Black Liberation Media is a collective of Black and African organizers, journalists, academics, and media personalities serving Black and African masses seeking to further grow in their understanding of themselves, their histories, and the African world through entertainment and news. Please continue to like, subscribe, and donate to the channel so we can further serve you and liberate our people. You can also go to blkliberationmedia.org, get some merchandise, and also become a Patreon member and a member from the YouTube. Please do what you can, share, and show your love as we will show ours for you. Black Liberation Media.